Hello everybody and welcome back to Tomb Raider. I'm going to start this episode off by taking a look at some of the stuff that I have. As you can see, I have quite a bit here.
Get any worse. What were those things in the monastery? They were dressed like the Storm Guard, and the sounds they made almost inhuman. Shit, just listen to yourself, Lara. You sound like Dad. It's like they're the remnants of some lost civilization. Okay, now I really sound like Dad. All I know is they killed those men, and I have a feeling they wouldn't hesitate to kill me too. But I can't think about this now. Sam's in trouble, and I've got to get her back. She's counting
So
on
we'll
me.
get the next diary entry from Lara, and we can have a look at some of the upgrades that we can make. Obviously, we can start making upgrades to our shotgun if we want. I think I'll start with the rifle. Like I said, I kind of like to, work on one gun at a time. It's not like my salvage ever disappears, but it makes me kind of nervous to just look at such a large number of salvage not being used for some reason. So I'm just going to make all 5 upgrades available to the rifle, and I'll leave what salvage I have left for a later date. And I have a lot of skill points to use, so I'll buy the rest of what I need in the survivor category for now, and then I still have 1 skill point to use, which I will use, and I will probably get heavy lifter so I can pick up more ammunition. And there we are. Couple of more things to collect in this area. Obviously, now finishing up the mountain village area, we have another one of the places to light for our illumination challenge, and we will also be getting the final statue in this area. So I'm going to go the stealthy route. If you go this way, you won't run into enemies. You can kind of just go around them. You can see they're down below there. We can just kind of pass right past them if we'd like. And we can find our final statue here.
Yeah, Matthias chose one for the test. Well, maybe she's the one. Don't get excited. It always ends the same way. Some poor girl burns, then it's business as usual.
You can see by them talking that it's not the first time they've used somebody in a ritual.
Listen, brother, we all do. But it's not gonna happen. The storms will never let us leave.
But what do we...
What if nothing? You want out of here? There's a cliff. Go ahead and jump. Now let me finish this bottle in peace.
I don't know if these guys are gonna move. Doesn't look like it. Whatever. I'll have to deal with the one, but it's okay. I took out the other 2, and you guys are just letting your conversation go on for way too long. I'm a busy woman. I have places to be. I do believe that there is possibly some stuff over here before we move on. Just make sure to explore every nook and cranny so I don't have to come back here. Make the least amount of trips possible. And I can pull up my map, and I can now also pull up where the caches are, because they're revealed on my map. So I can get the 2 that are in this area, and it looks like that'll be it for collectibles. So 1 more cache to find, and then we can get out of here. And then, now, after all this time that we've been spending, we should be able to go to our next area. So it looks like I missed that GPS cache. It was up on that little island there. The problem is a lot of the time they put these caches in tall grass, The area does sparkle, but if you're not constantly using your vision or you're just trying to move on to the next area, it can be easy to miss. So I'll pick that up. Hop down here. We can loot those bodies. Rob them of their possessions. And then you can see here that we will create another shortcut back to the mountain village once again. That's another cache there. Bring out the shotgun.
Oh god, that was close. Are you there? I'm here, Sam. Are you okay?
What do they want with me, Lara? A fire ritual? This is so fucked up.
Listen, I'm coming to get you. I'm going to get you out of there.
Please, please help me, Lara.
I promise. I promise, Sam.
Oh no!
Sam?
Ah!
Sam!
Help me,
Sam,
please!
wait for me! You bastard! Sam, wait!
No!
Come on, Laura, you're a smart girl. You should know that if they need her, they're not gonna kill her right away. You still have some time, don't worry. Before we move on, we're just gonna come up to this balcony here and just collect a couple of more supplies. There's a document on this table. Another one from Hoshi, who is describing her daily routine as a priestess, but you can tell from the way she's writing that something isn't quite right. So again, we're just getting a little bit more built onto that whole side business, and I think that is it. We can destroy this barrier, and then this, like I said, is another shortcut, and it brings us right back to the beginning, the bottom base area of the mountain village. So again, we are still missing some things, so we can come back now and complete the entire area. We have the shotgun, we can destroy those barriers. And it shouldn't take us too much longer to actually complete, but I would, for the time being, just, you know, kind of like to move on. We just spent the last couple of episodes kind of doing the slower paced collecting and whatnot, so.
Whoa, Pedro, the tank's full. Don't let it bleed out, man. That stuff is gold. Damn it. We need something to hold it.
Okay, I was gonna say I was hoping it would get more guys than that, but the explosion was a nice after effect to take care of those guys. The game is being very generous with parts. I like it. I have no issues with this whatsoever. Now that we've alerted them to our presence, we're gonna have to be careful as we move on through this area. They're gonna be looking for us. That guy there already knows where we are. Despite my attempts to be stealthy, that wasn't quite working. We have a couple guys below as well. Shouldn't be that many more. Can't see them, but they're probably behind me. I could just run. I don't think there's anything in this area to collect. Maybe just some additional pieces of salvage if you want. You know, you can loot the bodies and get the stuff off of it, but for the most part, we're pretty much finished in this area. Yeah, there's really nothing, not even in this area here, so if you don't feel like fighting, you can just go ahead and run right into this body of water here.
No way around.
Because this is going to be where we're going to be going to get into our new area. Current's looking a little strong there, Lara. I don't think you thought about this. And that foresight is going to make it so we have to take a very long, tedious, very painful path to where we need to go next. So, avoiding all the obstacles along the way, we're gonna try and make our way down the river and hope that there's something to catch our fall, which is this old plane, which doesn't look to be incredibly sturdy to me. If I were you, Laura, I would move. Now, if there was no parachute there, like, how fucked would she be? She'd be dead, is what she'd be. So now, again, we have to try and navigate through the trees here. I find it a little bit hard to see where you're going. Just try and stay in the areas between the trees if possible, because if you do hit too many branches, it will kill you, and you have to start this section over. You are really taking a beating. But we got closer to where we need to go. That's, you know, one way to get down the mountain. Not the best way, but it's a way, certainly, for sure. And it looks like after all this time, all Laura has been through, you know, she never gets injured. She seems to be completely invincible. But currently, falling down and hitting all those tree branches, going through all that torture, she has finally gotten injured.
Might be some supplies on board.
So you'll notice for the first little bit here, she'll be holding her side. She won't be able to jump. Not really a lot of movement or flexibility allowed because she is injured.
What about the other one? No, nothing. Gotta keep looking. All right, let's check around the chopper.
But luckily we're able to just sneak around in this underground area here, out of sight and out of mind.
You are lying. I know you think. Please, I don't. Loose from the top. Help me!
Dear God.
All right, hey, show's over. Get back to your boat. What the hell's going on?
The Somali. Lost his temper.
Again? Any sign of the old man? Nope. He's tough bastard. He won't get far.
What about the other ones?
We got him locked up in the caves.
I don't understand. Why's Father Matthias keeping them alive?
Because of the girl. They were trying to rescue her.
I
Matthias might want to keep him alive.
don't think I can be
Leverage.
stealthy here. I took out that one guy, but I'm gonna have to take care of these other couple of guys that get alerted. So again, really important to stay undercover because Laura can't move as quickly. I don't think she's able to really do a lot of melee stuff or dodge as quickly. She's gonna take damage and be damaged more easily. So you just gotta kind of pick your shots and be very careful. Fortunately, that wasn't too difficult for us. We're still able to loot these bodies, so that's good. We can just pick up all the salvage on the way to the plane. And with any luck, there'll be some first aid supplies on board. Now, knowing Laura and knowing her incredible luck, hopefully there's going to be something. I mean, obviously she's kind of got bad luck, you know, like being on the island and whatnot and having to take out all these guys and, you know, being the only one with any sort of, like, survivability. Like, in that sense, you know, she's got bad luck, but everything is just kind of conveniently in place for her, for the most part, so I don't imagine it would be a very fun game if we were completely injured the whole way through. Man, I wish I could have seen where that arrow landed, because I think I hit him, like, right between the eyes. That was a good shot. Didn't give him a chance to sneak up on us. And then once those guys are cleared out, we can have a look inside this plane here.
Sorry.
Ooh. Is that a new bow? Or is that just our bow in the cutscene? I don't know. Either way, it's a nice looking bow. It's pretty. You'd think I'd know. Apparently I haven't been paying attention.
Roth, can you hear me? Roth?
Lara, are you okay?
I'm fine.
You don't sound fine to me.
I'm fine, Roth.
Where are you, girl?
I'm in some kind of Shantytown near the fortified palace.
I'm still coming down the hill. How did you get there so fast?
Long story.
I can see the town from here. Are you near that large gate?
I'm heading towards it.
It's the outsider.
Oh, shit.
Oh shit is right. Even though our first aid was crude, it looks like it worked, and Lara can now be back in action here. We now have the ability to use fire arrows. It's going to allow us to burn anything that's made out of cloth. We're able to light enemies on fire, which is obviously going to have some uses for us. We can blow up barrels. Not that we couldn't do that before, but a bit of a more explosive result with the fire arrows. Oh, ow. Can't get away from these guys. I'm just gonna roll around here until I regain some of my health. These guys are really, really relentless. But again, this combat system isn't difficult. Sometimes it just takes a little bit of patience, which again is not something that I always have. Definitely not one of my strong suits. But usually if you're able to hide behind cover, there's not a whole lot that they can do. Haven't been using the bow and arrow a lot, so I figured I'll just use it since we got our new upgrade here. Save some of my ammo for my other weapons for later, because we are going to be fighting a lot more of these guys. This area I find is really combat heavy. And we're just getting our first gauntlet in this area, of course, but like I said, there will definitely be more. I think we just have these 2 or 3 left, and then we should be done. I think there's one. Oh, there he is. Let's say there's one more guy hiding. And I think that's it. Alright, well. Wasn't that fun? We're gonna have a lot of stuff to pick up from these dead bodies if we're able to reach them all. Reach some of them at least. Pick up some salvage and ammo. And just like the mountain village, like I said, this area probably rivals the mountain village in terms of how incredibly massive it is. This is a very, very big area. Very expansive. I find this area a little bit more frustrating to get around in, though. There's a lot of kind of like twists and turns and a lot of areas that they kind of block off and things like that. So we will definitely, you know, find our way around okay, but it is going to take us some time. Just want to do a little bit of quick looting here before I end things off. We've made quite a bit of progress at this point. So let's go ahead and sit at the fire. You can see that we now have the ability to fast travel if you so desire. I've got 1 skill point to spend, and I am once again rebuilding up my salvage. So that's how things currently stand. We are going to be exploring our new area, the Shantytown, in the next upcoming couple of episodes. I hope you guys will join me then, and I want to thank you all so very much for watching.